and welcome to #Toe to Toe. My name is Leanne Johnson-Arneson and I am joined as always by Spencer Fearon and one of Britain's young best fighters, Callum Smith. Callum, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure.
Just fill us in about your world title fight against Anthony Durrell. What's going on with that?
I've no official date confirmed at the moment, but I'm in training. I've been told it'll be around the end of May time, so I've got enough time and I'll be in the best shape possible.
Crawler's fighting at the weekend against Linares. What kind of shape is he in? Is he ready?
Very good, yeah, he's ready. You know, I think Anthony Crawler's always in good shape. That's one of his best things, his engine, and I think they always say it's the best he's been in, but I do feel it's the best I've seen him, and I think he'll need that. I think he knows that it was a tough fight last time and he just come up short, so we're confident he can turn the result around.
As always, we ask you to send in your tweets, so we'll get started. We've got John Seaton at John Seaton Box has asked, if you could have faced anyone out of the Super 6 tournament, who would it be and why?
It's a good turn, probably Andre Ward, because he was the winner, he was the best, and I'd like to see how good I was against him.
Don't you think economically you want to fight Carl Froch? You should have said Carl Froch.
Yeah, probably Carl Froch.
You should have said Carl Froch.
You know, he's a big draw over in England, and I've done a lot of sparring with him when I first turned pro, but I think the best to come out the tournament was Andre Ward.
Elliot Stott has asked, which British super middleweight would you like to face the most?
To Gale. To Gale's the only world champion at the minute, and I think at the moment he's probably the man to beat in the weight, so I think I've got more to gain from beating James Gale than I have any of the other British ones.
Is that a fight that you think could happen soon?
Yeah, 100%. If everything goes to plan and I'll come through the Durrell fight, then there's no reason why we can't have a unification somewhere down the line.
What about you and Chris Eubank Jr.? Because is there talk that you guys sparred? Did you spar with him?
No, I've never.
Did he come down your gym?
Yeah, I had a hand operation at the time, so I didn't spar him. So I've never been in the ring with him, but no, he's a good fighter, and if he stays a super middleweight, then it's just another one to add to the pack.
Okay.
James Frame at James F 1987 has asked, do you feel the weight on the world title shot has held you back, or should the rest of the division be on edge given that you've had a year to grow in the gym?
No, I don't think it's held me back, because it's not like I've been sidelined for the year. I've had 3 fights since becoming mandatory. I've won all 3, and I feel I've improved in each camp. I've been constantly in the gym with Joe working, so yeah, I think the latter. I think it's given me a year to mature more and I'll become a better fighter, and I think I'll show that on the night.
DR Holmes at 1992 Dale has asked, Callum, you're ranked well in the super middleweight division, but do you see yourself at light heavyweight in the future?
Yeah, in the future, but I think I've still got a while left at super middleweight. I do it. I'm reasonably comfortable at the minute, but I'm 6'3". I'm not denying that I will mature a bit more and end up at 175. But my aim's to become a world champion. I feel if I can do that at super middle, then I'd like to move up then and see if I can achieve the same at that weight, but the main goal is to become world champion at super middle.
Michael at the group Mike C has asked, is Triple G in decline and have we seen the elite fighters duck him in his prime? Spencer, do you want to start us off on that one?
Well, we're going to say the elite fighters. What elite fighters are ducked him? Triple G has faced everybody that's been put in front of him, right? Number one. But I am saying on the weekend, to me, Danny, a close fight. I'm not going to scream robbery because it wasn't a robbery. Am I going to say the right guy won? In my eyes, no, I thought Danny Jacobs did enough to win. I think Danny Jacobs boxed superb within that fight. Maybe Triple G did underestimate him, but he did found himself wanting in times in that fight. He was found wanting. He got caught with nice little sneaky shots, and the position shots were thrown by Danny Jacobs. I don't think that guys in the prime, like they've missed him. I still think he's still got a lot to offer to the game. He's an excellent fighter. You got to give him his dues. But Danny Jacobs just showed that he's up there as well.
What do you think, Callum?
Yeah, I rate Golovkin very highly. I've always been a big fan of him, and yeah, it was close the weekend, but I think it's more a shock to seeing him in a close fight than we've seen him, blitzing through everyone previously. So I think a lot of the credit has got to go to Danny Jacobs.
Right,
and
he's superb.
I thought he boxed very well and proved a lot of people wrong, but I think it's a bit unfair to criticise Golovkin just because he beat Daniel Jacobs on points. I think anyone beating Jacobs on points is a very good result regardless. I think it's just, like I said before, we're used to seeing Golovkin in first, second gear, and the fact that we've seen him in a close fight, it's just more of a shock really. But I do think he's the best middleweight in the world at the minute, and I do think he will be for a long time.
Steve Parsons at Steve Parsons has asked, after his promising showing, should Daniel Jacobs move up, maybe fight Eubank Jr.?
No. Danny Jacobs is a middleweight. He's a big middleweight, but he's actually a middleweight. And no, there are so many lucrative fights there. Still stick around. Billy Joe Saunders is still there. You got Canelo who fights at whatever weight he chooses to fight at. But let's just hope that he comes up to 160, and let's hope that Canelo faces the challenge of going and fighting a Golovkin. But he's got to get past Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., which is not an easy ask. There are good fights there for Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs should stay at the weight. He proved the world on the weekend that he is the second best middleweight in the world, and many people could argue that he's actually the best middleweight in the world. So I say he should stay at the weight. There's no need to move up. Chris Eubank Jr. is saying on many times that he could get down to he's still a middleweight. He's waiting for lucrative fights. You know what I mean? I don't want the lucrative fight to be against my guy over here if he wins the when he wins the WBC title.
Do you think he'll get the rematch against Golovkin?
No. Seriously, I know body language, man. I saw Abe Sanchez was like, he looked relieved, like, okay, like, Danny, well done, but we're not gonna fight. I can't see that happening again. But I think Golovkin will take that fight again because he's a true warrior.
Should Jacobs go after Canelo?
100%. Jacob should look for somebody like a Canelo. It's to pit skills against skills. That would be an excellent fight. It'd be an intriguing fight because those two guys don't have big punch outputs, but they have high intensity of land rate. That would be a very, very good thinking fight. That would be a chess match at the highest level.
Jez Batchelor at Batchelor Jez has asked, do you think Chocolatito should move back down to flyweight or rematch Ringvesi?
No. Did you see the fight on the weekend?
Yeah.
I thought he was very, very unlucky not to get the decision. I thought he won that fight.
So was I, to be honest with you. I thought he just done enough.
Yeah, I thought he won the fight. He got knocked down, and it wasn't like, it was more like a balance thing because he got caught with kind of like a midriff uppercut that hit him to the solar plexus that just threw him to the ground. But he's such a great fighter. Seriously, like, he reminds me of so many different fighters, but like up close, there's certain times he reminds me of Roberto Duran. There's certain times that, you know, when he's in there, how he can maul you when he's up close. Very, very clever guy. Stay at the weight. He's still one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. Stay at the weight there. I'd like to see him move up again. He's that exciting. I love the guy.
What do you think, Callum?
Yeah, I agree. I think the only fight I'd like to see him in now is a rematch. I thought he was very unlucky not to get the nod the weekend, and I agree with Spencer. I think he's a very, very good fighter. I think it's a shame he is so small because I think he'd get a lot more recognition if he was a bit bigger, but a great fighter, and I'd like to see the rematch.
Seb at Guy Seb's tweeted in, what do the team think of Katie Taylor's bout this weekend on the Crawler Bill?
Listen, Katie Taylor, my other producer Donald always says that Katie Taylor is the female equivalent of Lomachenko. She's superb. Yeah. Seriously, she's superb. She's a grounded young lady as well. She's very, 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 very likable, but very humble. But she's got skills in abundance. Seriously, do you know when you say like, well, we say, oh, I feel blessed? She's just blessed. The universe just gave her all the power. She's got all the powers, man. Seriously. She's She-Ra mixed with Supergirl. She's incredible.
This is a step up for her, isn't it? Facing a former world title challenger.
Yeah, but you know what? It's female boxing, and this is no disrespect to female boxing. The caliber, the levels is not that high. Where she's been a gold medalist, she's been a world champion in the amateurs, she's been a two-time Olympian. She's most probably faced better people than this former world champion she's going to be facing on the weekend. I got Katie Taylor. I reckon the next two fights could be a world champion and reign supremely. She's that good, and she could be the face of not just female boxing but boxing because she's that good.
What do you think, Callum? Do you think she could be going for a world title shot soon?
Yeah, 100%. I've been a fan for a long time. I knew her in the amateurs and stuff, and she dominated women's amateur boxing for so long, and I think now she's turned pro, it's sort of give her a new lease of life, and she seems to be improving again and probably enjoying her boxing again. And I agree with Spencer. She's beat everyone in the amateurs at a very high level, and I think the step up to the pros hasn't been much of a difference to her. If anything, she's probably come back a few levels in the first few fights, so I think she's more than ready for anyone in the world.
Okay, that's it for now. Join us next week for more #Toe to Toe.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.